Thank you, Quentin. If a coach says he's 100% healthy, he must be 100% healthy. We're going to go right to the 174-pound third-place match between Borschel of Iowa and Browne of Nebraska. This is the rubber match between these two. They've met twice this year, splitting matches. And it's a big one, bigger in a team standpoint for Nebraska than Iowa. Iowa, of course, already wrapping up their 21st NCAA championship. But Nebraska trying to fight their way to keep second place.
And that's a big thing on Mark Manning's mind, the head coach. Borschel, third in the Big Ten. Browne, Big 12 champ. He knocked off Brandon Mason, an All-American from Oklahoma State, to do it.
Borschel, one of those Virginia Tech transfers we talked about, but he's an Iowa boy from Linn-Mar High School in Marion, Iowa, a four-time state champion. And he's come back to the state that he grew up wanting to wrestle in. It was just that Tom Brands was at Virginia Tech, and he believed Coach Brands when he recruited him and said, "I'm going to make you a champion, son." And he went to Virginia Tech, and then when Tom Brands came back to Iowa a couple of years ago, 4 of his wrestlers followed him, 3 of them Iowa. Metcalf, the 4th one from Davison, Michigan, said, "I'm going with you, Coach." Shot by Browne there, warded off by Borschel, trying to hold on here to get the stalemate.
And Borschel in high school, very dominant, 163-1.
He hasn't always been a 174-pounder.
No, he hasn't.
Started at 103 as a freshman, state champion.
And then moved his way up. And it's rare that you see a real little guy turn into a real big guy in high school and be that successful.
Did you ever weigh 103, Jeff?
My memory is not serving me well here.
Borschel, not one of your typical Iowa wrestlers from the style. He's not beating your head, you know, coming at you straight ahead on the tracks. He's a feel wrestler, as you talked to Coach Brands.
Coach Brands said he's a feel funny guy. In other words, he senses pressure and moves in a way that not many people do. And Brands was laughing, trying to describe exactly how he goes about his offense.
Mark Manning, we had a chance to talk to him earlier, and he's just done such a nice job at Nebraska. And again, he's a fine recruiter, bringing people in, out of state, because you can't stay in a smaller state like Nebraska, population-wise, and be in the top echelon at the national scene in wrestling.
That's correct, Mark.
He was a very great wrestler at Nebraska Omaha, several times Division II.
Went to North Carolina and to Bill Lamb, and now eventually landing out here in Nebraska. And he's found a home. He's finding success as well, and he needs this match to help with that team title.
Well, Browne helps Nebraska's cause by getting that escape. Nice job of coming up and not letting Borschel dictate from the top position.
There's that quick drop down. You don't see a real deep penetration step. He just tries to feel the pressure and drop under it, so he's got that momentary reaction time by his opponent to try to get to the leg. And there he got in there again. Elbow deep now.
This is a nice job. Borschel's created all of this. It wasn't really that open. He created it, got in, not giving up on it. He needs to come up here, because if he comes up, he can complete this. He's got the 2. Needs to crawl up now, or he'll get called for stalling. But that was a great job. There's Mark Manning. Let's listen to him encourage his wrestlers. He encourages what he's doing. You're all right. You're all right.
Yeah. I'd be saying the same thing. You don't want to say how that happened. You've got to encourage the wrestler, despite the fact he just got scored on. Got to have a short memory in terms of mistakes, but you got to remember what got you into that mistake so you don't do it again.
Borschel started this period on top. Browne did a nice job of coming out for the escape. Borschel gets a takedown, and now he's able to dictate from the top, flattening out Browne, and if he rides him out, he actually gained a point from the top position, and he'll be able to choose down.
And And that would be a huge tactical advantage, strategic advantage, because being down, I don't have to get away. I've got the lead. I just don't have to get turned.
What I love there was he wants his wrestlers to compete all the time. He's going to keep talking all the time if that's what he thinks he should do. Kick out, kick out, kick out.
Yeah, and he can't see the clock. He's trying to help his wrestler, letting him know short time, short time. You got to do it now. And that's just a sample of coaching.
Cut him, cut him, cut him. Don't matter.
There you go. See, you got to trust your coaches. He said cut him. That means let him loose. And now it's 3-1.
And the reason he did it still with a minute 2, you might think, ride him, is because once you get the takedown to win it, you'd erase that riding time anyway.
Little dart shot there by Nebraska's Brown gives him an opportunity to come around and tie this match. If he does, he'll erase riding time.
I'd rather have a crossface right there than over the head, but now he's working maybe a cradle. Oh,
he's got to hook the leg. Borschel got the shoulder, into the hip, and that was the Brown's mistake there.
Borschel needs to hook there. Oh, didn't quite get it. But all this time, it's just eating away, and Borschel now scores.
There's 2 points for Borschel. Again, these two wrestlers met twice this year, splitting matches. They're 1-1 against each other, and now wrestling for 3rd place at 174 pounds here at the Division I NCAA Championships. 5-1 is the score. It's on the basis of 2 takedowns by Borschel.
And riding time now should be locked.
Don't reach in. Come on. Just stand behind your hips.
So there's an additional point that he has in the bank.
Holy crap.
Brown needs a huge move here.
Right into him. No, no, no. No rolling. No rolling. Right into him. Still hanging like a champ. Get it.
1-point escape, and you heard Manning. Whoa, there's 2, and it's just going to be a little too late. Manning wasn't too happy there with the ride of Borschel, but the official wasn't agreeing. Borschel was able to ride him and win with riding time 6-4. There's your 3rd place winner at 174 pounds. Jay Borschel from the Iowa Hawkeyes, the NCAA championship team as well. And there's your happy Hawkeyes buzzing up in the stands. Tom Brand's giving his student athlete a little pat. Same way to go. And we'll come back for the 184-pound 3rd place match back at the Scott Trade Center on ESPNU.